Hi, welcome to the Fitness Works video series. My name's Danny. I'm one of the physios in the occupational health, working for the Northern Care Alliance. This video is aimed at staff members who tend to spend a lot of their working day on their feet and might kind of experience pains within hips and knees and ankles. If you do feel any pain during this video, please stop. If you have any concerns, please consult a medical professional. Let's get started.
Okay, so our first exercise is a hamstring stretch. You're going to place one foot forwards and you can either have your toes pointing down to the floor or up towards you. You're going to bend the other leg and lean your hips backwards. We're going to hold that stretch for 20 seconds. You should feel this pulling down the back of the straight leg. Switch to the other leg. And again, you should feel that stretch down the back of the leg. We're then going to move into a calf stretch. So if you find a wall or a surface that you can lean against, place one foot behind the other, keeping your back leg straight, bend your other leg towards the wall, and hold that stretch again for 20 seconds. You should feel this in your lower leg, your calf muscle. Switch to the other side. Lean a bit deeper to deepen the stretch if needed. Then we're going to move into a quadricep stretch. If you struggle with your balance, you may need to rest a hand against a wall or chair. If you grab hold of one foot and pull that heel up towards your bottom. If you can't reach your foot, you can always grab your trouser leg. Hold that stretch for 20 seconds. Try not to let the hip flex to bring your knee forwards or let it drift out to the side. Switch to the other leg. Then we're going to move into a period of jogging just to start to bring your heart rate up a little bit. So start jogging on the spot steadily. As you've eased into that, you can start doing slightly higher knees. And for the last 5 seconds, pick up the speed a little bit. Okay, so let's move on into the main body of our exercises. Okay, so our first exercise is heel raises to work those calf muscles. So if you turn to face a wall or a back of a chair, again, you can hold on to that for a little bit of balance. Slowly raise up your heels off the floor, hold for 5 seconds and slowly lower down, and continue to repeat this. If this feels very easy, you can always do this on one leg at a time. Just remember to alternate. Okay, and that's the end of that exercise. So in this next 15 seconds, we're going to move into a balance exercise. So you're going to start by standing on your left leg. Keep your other foot off the floor. Aim to keep yourself nice and steady, keep your glutes tight. Try not to let your ankle roll in and out or your body sway around too much. If that feels really easy, you can always pass a weight or an object around your middle. And switch to the other leg. there. The next exercise we're going to do is a bridge. So if you lay on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, you're then going to squeeze your bottom muscles and lift your hips up. You're going to hold at the top for 5 seconds and slowly lower down. You're making sure that your pelvis and your hips remain level, you're not twisting to one side, and you're not shaking side to side. If this is very easy, you can alternate to do this on one leg at a time. And rest there. The next exercises we're going to do are going to be inside lying. So if you lay on your right hand side with your knees bent, keep your ankles together and keep your back straight. Slowly open your left knee without rocking your pelvis backwards. Hold at the highest point you can reach without tilting your pelvis for 5 seconds and then slowly lower this down. If this feels too easy, you can always get a resistance band. You can purchase those quite cheaply to add some more weight. And rest there. From here, we're going to move into a side plank position. So we've got 2 variants of this. The first would be a half side plank, where you keep your knees bent, rest onto your forearm, lift your right hip off the floor so that your torso becomes straight. Hold this position for 5 seconds and slowly lower from there. If this becomes too easy, you can straighten your legs to move this into a full plank. Ensure that you don't rotate forwards or backwards, and you remain controlled through the movement. Okay, have a rest there. If you turn onto your other side, we're going to run through the same 2 exercises on the other leg. So we're going to start with that clam exercise. So if you lay on your left side with your knees bent, keep your ankles together and your back straight. Slowly open your right knee and don't let that pelvis roll backwards. Hold at that top position for 5 seconds and then slowly lower down. Again, using a band to add more resistance if needed. From there, we'll move back into our side plank position. So again, if you found it easier on the half side plank, keep those knees bent, move up onto your forearm, and then lift your hips so that your trunk becomes level. Again, you're holding that for 5 seconds and then lowering in control. If those felt easy or you managed a full plank on the other side, try to straighten your legs out and move into a full plank. Again, just being careful that you're not over-rotating forwards or backwards. Well done. We're now going to move into a standing position to do some squats. So in standing, you want your knees shoulder width apart, bend your knees and sit back into the squat. Don't allow your knees to come too far over your toes and lower to around 90-degree bend at the knee. Slow and controlled movement and then rise back to the centre. Repeat. If this feels easy, you can always hold on to a weight. Good, and pause there. The next exercise we're going to move into is reverse lunges. So again, in standing, you're going to take a step backwards, letting the front knee bend and slowly lower the back knee towards the floor. Return to the starting position and change legs. Continue to repeat this at a nice steady pace. Try to ensure your front knee doesn't drift inwards. Again, if this feels easy, you can hold on to a weight. And stop there. We're then going to move into a static hold position of a wall squat. You're going to find a nice flat wall, lean into the wall, and lower down until your knees are at 90 degrees. You're going to aim to hold this position for the full 45 seconds if you can. If you can't, push back up, have a rest, and return. If it's too easy, you can again hold onto a weight at chest level. You should be feeling this working in your thighs. You might get a little bit of a burning sensation. Last 5 seconds. Okay, and come back up. From there, we're going to do another exercise that's working the same group of muscles called a goblet squat. So if you find a small step or a book that you can stand on to raise your heels ever so slightly, start with your feet close together and lower down into a deep squat in a controlled manner. Rise back to the starting position and then repeat. Again, if this is feeling easy, you can add a weight. Last 5 seconds, keep going. And we'll pause there. We're going to give your quadriceps a rest now, and we're going to move into a Romanian deadlift. We're going to use a bar for our Romanian deadlift, but you could use whatever weight you've got available or an unweighted version. So you're going to stand with your legs apart and a slight bend in the knees. Then you're aiming to hinge through your hips, not your back, and let your bottom move outwards as you lean forwards into the movement. Slowly return to the start position, driving your hips forwards to achieve this. Repeat nice and steadily. And rest there. The final exercise is a step up and down. At home, you can use the bottom step of the stairs for this. you're going to step up with one leg and then the other, step back down with the same leg and then back with the other, and continue this. If you have an exercise step, you can vary the size of the step which you're using, and you can also vary the pace at which you step up. Halfway through there, so switch which leg you're leading with if you've been doing the same one. And rest there. Well done. Thanks for joining us.